What's up, guys? It's my girl CatCorelli, and this is episode 287 of my Cat Vibes series. Today, I'm gonna be painting an iris. This is a video that I filmed back in May. So at that point in time, the irises were blooming in the flower bed. And I've painted an iris a year ago, but looking back, first of all, I think it was a smaller little study and I wasn't entirely happy with the execution of this little project. So I wanted to return to this subject matter and I wanted to try something different. This time, however, I don't remember if I'm already using some magenta or I'm still trying to smash myself against the same problem, like with the rose. If you remember, there was a recent video where I was painting a pink rose. With the iris, I ran into virtually the same problem. I still did not have, I've already ordered some magenta oil paint to get the exact correct hue, and I still didn't get it, so I was still using whatever I had, which was a little bit of alizarin crimson, cadmium red. I didn't even have cobalt blue, by the way. I only had ultramarine blue and green blue. So I was trying to manipulate my subject matter in a way that would kind of approximate what the actual iris looks like. And again, just like with the rose, I was trying to transform it into something palpable, which I think is not a bad thing. It's quite an exercise in its own right when you're using whatever you have, when you're limited, and you still try to depict the subject matter in the most honest way. And then you just, when you're done with that part, then you put a twist of your own on that subject matter, in order for it to actually stand out and be beautiful. So that's what I'm doing here. I want to actually say thank you to everybody who corrected me in the comment section about the CMYK. I kind of absolutely blanked out on what the abbreviation stands for. I used to remember that very well because I used to work as an art director for a magazine back in Moscow, circa 2004, I believe. I've been their artist. I was drawing things and designing things for that magazine. It was way back. And the guy who worked with me, my teammate, who was much more experienced than me, at the time I was in my 20s, and he was like 50-something, a seasoned professional. He knew all the process, everything about printing, everything about colors, everything about paint, everything about like production and, printing and printmaking and editing and that kind of thing. He taught me a lot back then. I used to work in a piece of software called Quark, and Corel Draw as well, and Photoshop. So he taught me what CMYK means and what RGB stands for and what other stuff is there, what 32-bit color is about and 24-bit color and, that kind of thing. And then I just forgot a lot of things. So blanked out on that one. Anyways, so we're working on this iris. It was a long session mostly because I was moving paint a lot this time. Hither and thither, back and forth, and I wanted it to stand out. I wanted it to be loose, fairly loose at the same time. I didn't want to, it's kind of a conundrum that I'm facing every time nowadays. I don't want things to be too realistic. I want them to be kind of with a hint of expressionism, if you know the difference between impressionism and expressionism. I want it to be a little expressionistic, but mostly impressionistic, and still within the realm of realism, if that makes any sense. Sometimes it's easier to attain this goal, and sometimes it's more challenging. And I love the challenge. I love the challenge. In the end of the day, I'm enjoying the painting, and I want the painting to just look back at me and live in this world, in its beauty. And I love the process of giving birth to the painting. Just like in music, it's the same story. Speaking of which, by the way, I have recorded vocals for Giants. Giants is the first single from the upcoming Sunset City album. I have to say that I have no idea how am I going to, what is going to be the spacing between the singles. It turned out that this first single took a while to write. I had to compose the music, write the music, then write the lyrics. Then, record the guitars, and then record the vocals. Recording vocals was fun, and it took a couple of sessions, because the song is like 10 minutes long. It's a heavy, very heavy song. That's kind of a fair warning that I have to put out there. I spent some time recording the guitars, and I think that now that the vocals are done, I can record the leads for this song, because now I know where the vocals are and where is what. It will still take me time to actually mix it, master it, and publish this single. But I kind of don't know when am I going to be able, if I go on like this, how often am I going to be able to release these singles? And while I'm releasing these singles, while I'm working on singles, I'm supposed to actually work on other tracks, so that while I'm releasing like 4 or 5 singles, I'm working on the core body of the album, and then at some point I'll be able to release the whole album. So I'm kind of at a loss right now. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. There's the musical aspect of it, then there is painting, and I'm painting a lot nowadays. I'm still trying to catch up, because I have a huge backlog of these paint-throughs. I'm still here in May. This is late June right now, and in late August, I will get to the paintings that I'm painting today. And that's not a bad thing. It gives me plenty of material, and plenty of video material that I'll publish. Which leads me to another thing that I wanted to say, is that most likely I will, at some point in August, I will, for maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, I will start publishing videos once every other day, just to catch up. And then I will return back to 1 video every 3 days. There's just a lot of material, and I still want to find a balance, as far as my schedule goes, so that I don't overload myself, and I have enough time to process all of these videos, because I have to kind of edit them all by hand. I don't have anybody to edit these videos and cut them. And then I have to also sit down and record the audio, this kind of thing, and upload them, and, do the YouTube part of things. But I actually need time to paint. And I'm really excited about painting nowadays, and there are some of my newest paintings that I really want to show. And then there's the music, and then there's the new album that I'm working on, and I'm excited about that too. So there's just a ton on my hands. Plus there's also, I need to rectify on the Russian side of things my Russian documents. So that's a whole new level of things. I need to be working on this. So anyways, here's the painting and the latest scoop of news from Corelli. Thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for your likes and comments. I really appreciate this. I love you all, and you will hear me on the next episode. Ciao.